Hey guys, local comic shop had an anniversary sale, and they had everything in the store was well, depending on how much you spent, was a certain percentage off. I got a big pile of books, and they averaged out to be between 76 and 77 cents a piece. Got some new stuff, got some old stuff. Well, anyway, I'll quit the gabbing and show you what I got. Anyway, got Detective Comics number 941 and number 942. I don't usually buy newer stuff, but these were like really cheap. Like I said, everything averaged out to be between 76 and 77 cents a piece. I think these were 50 cents a piece. So for 50 cents, I'll take a chance. Same thing with these next few. Got Captain America number 695, 696, 697, 698, 699. Just thought that was a really cool cover. And number 700, which was a pretty decent little run that they just had there for 50 cents a comic. So figured why not. And it says, plus an all new classic tale by Mark Waid and Jack Kirby. Haven't opened the book up yet, so don't know what that is, but looking forward to reading it. Picked up this. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, it's a reprint of Iron Man number 47. Not exactly for what purpose it was put out. It's got a $250 cover price on it. But picked it up because, picked it up just to read it 50 cents. I'm trying to complete this Avenger series run. Been piecemealing them together. This is number 50. Was also able to find number 65, 67, and number 70. Very happy to find those. Most of the ones that I need are 50 and up to the last issue, which I think was number 83 or 84, I think. I've got the last few, but there's just some of those in between that I couldn't find, and was lucky to find those few to kind of close a few gaps. Picked up Micronauts, number 15. The only reason I picked this one up, well, I like Micronauts, but I picked it up because it's got guest starring the Fantastic Four, so I thought that'd be pretty cool. Picked this one up, Wonder Woman number 216. Didn't necessarily pick it up because I'm a Wonder Woman fan, but picked it up because if you look, I don't know if the camera will show it, but it's actually autographed by the artist Rags Morales. So thought that was pretty cool. 50 cents, I picked it up. This one I ended up getting basically for free. I've already got it, so it wasn't a big deal. But anyway, it was in the bag with another comic, and the back cover was what was facing outwards. When you flip the bag over, so unless you were looking at the side, you couldn't really tell. So ended up getting that one for free. Got Avengers number 360 and number 363. I never was really much one on these shiny covers from the early to mid 90s, but for 50 cents a piece, I thought I'd pick them up. If they stink, I'll put them in my comic shop trade-in box, and they'll probably end up giving me more than 50 cents for them, so I'm not going to lose anything. Pick this one up just because of the cover. I know it's not Jack Kirby art because he was actually still alive, but It looked like Jack Kirby art, so picked it up. Plus, it's got, the Eternals, it's got Super Skrull, and of course, Silver Surfer. I got to get this one switched to another bag. This is Green Lantern number 195. This bag is like really dirty. But anyway, I'll get it switched over here before too long. But pick that one up, Green Lantern 195, just it filled in a gap. Pick this one up, Batman is supposedly number 1. I think this is actually a flip book. Well, I know it's a flip book, so I was putting it in this bag. I noticed that on the back, it's got the 50 most influential graphic novels or most indispensable graphic novels anyway. But I picked it up anyway, just for the heck of it. Got Legion of Superheroes, the Baxter series, number 21. Number 32. 33. 34, and 35. I like Legion. I've always liked this Baxter series. So I picked it up because, seemed like it might be a pretty cool comic to read. This was one of the, I won't say oddball ones that I picked up. I usually pick these up when I can find them. From the late 60s, early 70s. This is Beetle Bailey, number 82 from Chalk. I like the old Beetle Bailey comic books. I remember reading them when I was a little fella. And so I just pick them up every once in a while when I can find them. Got Battle of the Planets, number 5. I loved Gotcha Man, the Teen Science Team, or whatever name that was applied to it. G-Force, Battle of the Planets. I like this, of course, Alex Ross artwork. I mean, who wouldn't? Just remember watching this as a kid and enjoying it. And I've got a couple other issues from this Top Cow series, so picked it up. Picked up John Ford Cheyenne Autumn from Dale. This is one of the movie adaptations that Dale did back in the late 60s. Give me a drink real quick. Back in the late 60s. Just looked pretty cool, so picked it up. This one's in pretty rough shape, but this is Ripley's, believe it or not, number 7. I picked this up because, honest to God, who in their right mind would put a lion who's bald-headed on the front? Honestly. I know it's Gold Key, and I shouldn't expect, so much, but at least put some freaking hair on the guy. I mean, come on. Pick this up because every once in a while, it's good to do a little departure from your normal superhero type stuff. This is a graphic novel called Farewell Moonshadow by J.M. DeMatteis, and the artwork is by John J. Muth. I met DeMatteis at PurosCon a couple years ago. Nice guy, really smart guy. And he actually mentioned, we were talking about, non-superhero stuff, and he actually mentioned this to me. He said, well, a couple of years ago, I did one called Farewell Moonshadow that I think you would probably like. Well, the first time I have ever seen this book was when I was looking through the cheap bins at the comic shop, and I saw this, and that brought that memory back. So I said, well, I'll pick it up. I read the back. It sounds pretty cool. It's about this guy who suffers a horrific loss. Not exactly sure what that is because, I haven't read it yet. But he suffers a horrific loss and he goes home. and the story starts from there. And I like John J. Muth's art. He did a series with another comic company where they adapted the M movie, Fritz Lang movie from the early 30s, about a child killer. And his artwork was so moody and just fit it so well. And he uses a lot of watercolor that's very emotive. Just good stuff. Plus, I like DeMatteis, and he mentioned this book to me, so I picked it up. Also picked up Superman, A Nation Divided. One of the Elseworlds tales from the early to mid-90s, where Superman is put during the time, as you can see, of the Civil War. So wanted to read this one, so picked it up for 50 cents. Got Showcase number 104. This is the last issue of the original series. I remember seeing this one when DC would run ads in different comics about issues that were either on the stand or were coming up. I remember this one being featured on the front. And plus, I can't resist a good Nazi cover and a clown who's crying. So pick that one up. I may already have it, but if I do, so what? Reading copy or whatever. Had a couple of these in there. This is Superman number 188. Superman number 194. And Superman number 229. Just good late Silver Age stuff, and for 50 cents a piece, why not? Got Kirby Genesis number 5. I like this series. As I've stated before in some of my other videos, Dynamite took a lot of the undeveloped Kirby properties that he had done sketches for different characters in some of his sketchbooks, and some of the work that he did with Topps Comics, Pacific Comics, some of the Fourth World stuff that never actually made it into the Fourth World stuff that he was doing, characters that he had developed that he never got a chance to use because of the circumstance with leaving DC and all of that. But anyway, and they take all that and they put it together into a semi-cohesive universe, which is very, to me, is fascinating, because I see what Dynamite did with it, and it just makes me wonder what Kirby would have done with these characters. Anyway, just interesting stuff. Plus, it's Alex Ross art, and Alex Ross art, and I like that. Pick this one up, Infinite Crisis Aftermath, Battle for Bloodhaven, number 6. Miniseries. This is the last issue of the miniseries, which is probably not a good jumping on point to figure out what's going on, but for 50 cents, I'll read it, and if it's any good, I may pick up the other 5 and go from there. We'll see. Got Hawkman number 3. Yeah, it's remaindered, and it's not in the greatest of shape, but it's Hawkman number 3 from the early 60s. And like I said, they averaged out 77 cents a piece, or 76, 77 cents, so why not? Picked up Rip Hunter Time Master number 12. Yeah, it's been taped up over on the left side of the cover, but figured why not. On this one, this is Gene Autry number 94 from Dale Comics. I've stated before in my Heroes Con video from last year that I love old Christmas covers, and this just happens to be a Gene Autry Christmas cover, so picked it up. Got Cheyenne Kid number 63. I enjoy Charlton Western Comics, Dale Western Comics, what few Gold Key did, which wasn't very many. So picked this one up because it was really cheap. Got Defenders number 10. Yeah, it's got some issues. It's got a piece out of the cover over here and a little bit of some spine roll and all of that. But basically for less than $1, I mean, it's a reading copy. I plan on reading it, and it's the Hulk versus Thor. So found this one. I hesitated. I went back and forth on whether I was going to get this one or not. This is Big Tex number 1 from Toby Press. Western comic from the early 50s, Big Tex number 1. But then I got to thinking about it, and I was like, well, you know what? Why not? The cover's faded. It was obviously exposed to a good bit of sunlight and everything, but it's complete, and it's actually not brittle, so why not? And the best comic that I picked up was this last one. I've been trying to complete this particular series for a while. I was able to get a good many of them at Heroes Con, but couldn't get them all. Well, I ended up needing 2 issues. Well, found one of them. This is Thunder Agents number 15. This book is actually in really, really solid shape. It's got a little small nick right up here on the top of the cover. But other than that, the spine is in good shape. There's maybe 1 or 2 color breaks, barely over right along the spine. But to be honest, unless you just are staring at it, you're not going to see it. So I got this book fairly cheap. Great Gil Kane art on the cover, And I was very happy to find it, which this leaves me now needing 1 issue to complete this series. And you can probably guess which one it is. Of course, number 1. So I'll probably be on the hunt for that one at Heroes Con when I go here in a couple of months. Anyway, that's my haul. Appreciate you watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And most of all, support your local comic shop. Anyway, thanks guys, and we will see you next go round.